Okay. Yeah, it goes out of focus. I think. So, anyways, so she's like, no, I love dogs. Da da da. I was like, okay. So he taught him to heel. You know, like when we go up to meet a stranger, for him especially, that he heels because he wanted to get up and lick her. You know, get up on her and just say, hey, how you doing?
He's a friendly dog.
Yeah, and I think he senses some goodness with the tone of her, the light that she had. So he goes up, friendly. She likes dogs, and Raul left, and we were just kind of talking as we were walking into the office. Explaining why I had a dog now, you know.
Is she gonna charge you extra for it?
No, she's not.
Good.
So because she loved him, because he's such a good dog, and she's like, oh, he's so cute. Look at him, he's well mannered. He's just so excited. Loves animals.
Did she renew the lease? Or
We didn't talk about any of that.
Okay.
We didn't talk about any of that.
All right.
And anyway, so yeah, I had to kind of teach him. First, I taught him to stay outside the door, but he was jumping up, you know, at the office building here. He's jumping up, scratching all that thing. Open the door, chastise him. No. And then he kind of cowl, and then I just close the door. I'd be like, stay, very stern, close the door, and.
So how did you get on the topic of turning this apartment complex into a garden of Eden?
Okay, so we were just talking about animals. She told me she has breast cancer, or she had breast cancer. It's in remission. She went through chemotherapy. I've done research on chemotherapy and what it does. It kills the bad cells, but it kills many more good cells, and it makes your body more susceptible to go back into remission. If there's even one cancer cell, I mean, it's going to take a while for it to come back, but if it comes back, it comes back strong, because now your good immune system is gone.
Yep.
It's gone. It's wiped out the defenses. That's what chemotherapy's done. Okay, and wipes out the good and the bad, but then when the bad comes back, there's no defense. So basically, I just told her, I was like, hey, cannabis heals that kind of stuff. She's like, yeah, I know. I went into my doctor, and I was like, hey, can I use an alternative form? She's talking about this, because she went through chemotherapy, or she was, I think, considering before she went through. She said that to the doctor, and she laughed. The doctor laughed at her and tried to prescribe her opiates immediately, oxytocin. Is that what it's called? Oxytocin. Immediately. Like, no, cannabis. Oxycontin. Yeah. And laughed at her. And she's like, okay, well, just give me, I guess, what you think is the best. And I told her, and she's like, I hate that stuff. I've seen what it does to people. It's a huge epidemic. I just met a woman who's visiting from Ohio when I took him out to walk yesterday and throw the discs. She came by. She loves animals as well. We talked about a bunch of stuff. She told me about what's happening in Ohio. There's a big, huge epidemic. They're manufacturing Chinese opiates out there and distributing them for money. They're making money off of death. They're making money in the pharmaceutical industry. They're processing it. They're destroying it, basically. The plant, just to make a pill to sell us at incredible expensive rates that ends up killing us. Look at the opioid death percentage of opiates. It's above and beyond the number one killer of all the drugs. More damage is done by alcohol, but as far as the death rate, opiates are number one. People who get addicted, they die. So in Ohio, there's this huge epidemic, and anyways, they're trying to sell these drugs here. They're trying to force them through the doctors, through the system, through their medical system, instead of having natural medicines. And I told her, you should go buy natural grocer foods here, from the farmers market. Why? Because they're not spraying their stuff. They're not bought by these. Some of them might be, but most of them are just family little farms that have produce, and then they bring them in. you know, and then I think they're categorized by organic or non-organic. But support your local food market and get those fruits, vegetables. Those have natural medicines that boost your immune system. They strengthen your white blood cells so that when you get cancer, when you're exposed to bad particles, whatever causes cancer, your good blood cells, you know, your white blood cells are killing the cancer. And you can do that naturally. Chemotherapy does it, but it kills both. But it actually kills more of the good, and it just doesn't even kill all of the bad. And then it just grows back if you don't take care of it with your diet, with the, you know, toxins you're taking. So she's like, yeah, I know, I need to start doing that. And I told her it was cheaper, and I told her about when I went to Sprouts and I paid $3 for garbage organic oranges, but 6 minutes.